Hey guys, so this is something that I think will be of like very high value to a lot of people. And literally all I'm going to do in this video is do some KEEPA analysis, and that's it. There's not a lot to this video. I'm just going to go through some ASINs here. Um, I pulled together some ASINs. I believe that some people gave me some of these. But no, not I believe that. Some people definitely gave me some of these. Some of these I just pulled off of the Keepa front page. Some of them are ones that I've scanned. And I don't know how long this is going to take to go through. I'm hoping that it takes about an hour, maybe less, but we'll have to see. And here's what I'll do. Watch this video. If you like this, comment an ASIN that you want me to analyze, and I'll do this next weekend. I'll do this in a week from now, and I'll analyze any ASINs that you comment or any categories or anything you want me to go into. And what I'm going to do here with this video is I'm going to go through this list that I just made here, and I will say, would I even consider buying it? Like right now, when would I consider buying it? And also, at what price would I be interested in it? Some of these people gave me some prices on, so we'll see what I find. Otherwise, it just might be, we'll see what it is. I actually don't know what all of these are. The people that suggested ASINs to me, I did not look at them at all. I want this to be a cold read. So let's get started. Now, let me show you guys here, just so you know what I'm doing and what I use. I'm just going to look at these Adidas shoes. I am using RevSeller and KEEPA. So this is KEEPA and this is RevSeller. Okay, RevSeller gives me an idea on pricing. KEEPA gives me an idea on sales rank and sales velocity. So let's get into this. Now, not everybody knows this, but Control X. When you're looking at Amazon.com, you can actually type in DP and then paste an ASIN in. Okay, so this is a simmer sauce. Let's look at this. Now, firstly off the bat, we have this information. We have a rank. It's about 200K. Not great. 15 ounce. How much does this weigh? 1.5. So this is a large-ish glass jar, 15-ounce glass jar. It's going to be about this big, about the size of a can of key lime LaCroix, which is 12 ounces. So the first thing I'm looking at, and I am doing this on the computer, but that's only because it's the easiest way for you guys to be able to see it. I do this on my phone all day, every day. I never buy anything without analyzing it with KEEPA. Let me just get that right off the bat. I like to look at the week or the month and then start to like break down how many times is this selling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I could look at the statistics and it would tell me 3.3. That's an average, okay? But I count 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one of those drops is a sale. So it's selling about 5 times a month, once a week. It has consistent offers of 4. Let's look here. Now, firstly, all of these packs here are garbage. So I'm kind of like not going to just do KEEPA analysis. I'm going to actually do like analysis, like would I buy this a little bit? Even though that's not what I advertise, but I know that's what people want. So I'll give you guys what you want. Let's also look here. Man, this is weird. The price went up. It's really weird, like why the rank was so high. That's kind of a stumper. I can't figure out. I wonder if somebody started doing PPC on this and we're just seeing one person get these sales. So what I would be looking at, I guess, like when you're looking at a chart like this, let's ignore this part of the chart. We'll just get into this from the beginning. KEEPA's not showing the sales rank on this. So if you want to do this, I have another video where I analyze products without sales rank. I'll link it in the description, or if I figure out how to do a pop-up, it'll pop up right now. But if it doesn't pop up right now, that means I didn't figure it out. So that being said, look in here. I would expect this to have been getting sales especially, okay, so it took a while to get a review, one review, okay? So we see that here. So I would, through this area, be assuming that it would be getting mediocre sales. Um, but the only reason I'm saying that is the offer count keeps going up and down. So you see here, like, it goes from having 3 in stock, then to 4 in stock, then 1 in stock. So 3 people sold out. Most likely that's because they sold out. They sold it. And it goes down to 1. So I would be interested in buying this product, but not going very deep on it. Now, with the data that we have now, my assumption is I would still buy it, but I wouldn't go deep on it. So in the 3 months, the sales rank on this is not great. Now, this was a product that I believe was like $2 or something like that. I probably would drop the price on it, and then let's look. Is this even available Prime? This is even available Prime. No, it is available Prime at 13.44. So, but they have a very bad ranking. So what I would probably do is, if my ranking was good, which my ranking is 100, or my review rate is 100%, is I would come in on this and I would drop the price down a little bit to like a more reasonable price, probably something like $10. Let's look. If I'm paying $2.99 on this, what am I doing? What am I getting at $10? That's not bad. And the box on it would not be very expensive. I would probably be in this about 235. That's solid. Okay. And I would just see where this goes, because once you start to get something established with this, if I scan this and I was like, hey, is this, a potential replen? If I hold out on this, it's very likely that if I get some sales going with this, I could raise the price up a little bit and do pretty well with this. So what I would do, how I would handle this, especially at the 299 price or 199 price point, is I would probably buy 10 of them, maybe a dozen of them, prep them, send them in, and I would drop the price down on it a little bit and see how that goes for me, because I think the price is maybe a little high on this. So that's number one. I would buy it, I just wouldn't buy a lot of it. Also, the packs might be good. I usually steer clear of packs on stuff like that. This was made less than a day ago. Pack of 3 made less than a day ago. What the hell's going on? Again, I did not vet these ASINs, so I don't know if they're going to be good. So if this video is bad, I blame everybody that helped me. Right, guys? Right? Yeah. Okay, so we got this Jardines black bean corn. I do not have a price on this. 3 months, this is sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in 3 months. 2, 3 times in 1 month. So I'm just counting these. Now, this is the sales chart that I look at to be most accurate. When I'm trying to estimate sales, we definitely are going to have some stuff on here with more consistent sales, where we're going to see different ways that the rank goes up and down. I'll of course point those out, but this is pretty basic. Let's start by looking at who the hell's selling this. Okay, they're not selling it. There's only two. Wait. Okay, 5. Is there Jardines on this? No. Okay, so it seems like $12 is pretty much where people are. And you can see this here with the way the FBA offers are. Um, the FBM offers are a little high, and I think that, yeah, that's weird. So sold right, half price, and market supplies have probably been on this for forever. Well, no, that's not true. So it went from 2 new offer count of 5 here, and what is it? Oh, that's the review count. Yeah, I got 2 reviews. So, I mean, here's the thing. I would probably buy this if it was cheap enough. So, if I was buying this for like $2, I might buy it. But I'm kind of looking like, what is this? Black bean corn medium salsa. Like, this isn't anything special. Like, what the hell is this? I'm not seeing anything special on this here. Doesn't really go well on this. Let's look. Man, this has been around for a while. Amazon sold it. That's weird. So one of the things to keep in mind here, one of the things that sometimes I see, and this is why looking at KEEPA is so important, is you will see here that sometimes this has gone out of stock, um, or the stock has gotten very expensive. So, if you pull something up and you're like, oh, this never sells, the rank is 400,000. Okay. Well, that's probably because it was selling for $45 a jar. Now, not being able to look back at this, I might assume that maybe somebody had dicked around with this and like made it some sort of a multi pack where they had like 6 jars together or something like that. Maybe that happened. I don't know that that happened, but it did come in stock, merchant fulfilled at 15, and it sold. So I don't really know. But it is kind of interesting how this is something that I think a lot of people don't grasp. When you don't sell for a while, your rank just slowly goes back up. Now, if all of a sudden you sell, the rank very quickly goes back up. This almost is a perfect chart if you ignore this. Almost a perfect line right across. So just something to keep in mind. Now, once it came back in stock at a more reasonable price, it started to sell again. So probably what I would do, the way I would play this, I don't have a price, any indication of the price on this, but let's say it's $2. I would probably get that price down again to $9.99. I know that that's probably the price I was just at before, or it definitely was the price I was just at before, $8.99. I'd probably drop the price on this, $7.99. I would probably do something. This might seem like an asshole move. I would probably drop the price down on this as low as possible. Okay, $8.99 should be a palpable margin for most people. Yeah, 68%. That doesn't really take into account prep, which you would need to bubble wrap and then box this. And it is a little expensive to ship to Amazon, but that's already calculated. Um, so that being said, what I would be doing is I would want to um, get the price down on this and get some consistent sales on this and also do PPC on it. That's very, very important. Once I do that, I definitely could see the price or the rank on this going down, which is, the good direction, going down, and go from there with it. See what happens. Let's go on to the next item. Christmas tree. I had this myself because I wanted to do a very seasonal item. So let's look at this. This is like such a cool Keepa chart. You know what? I sound like such a nerd. I'm like, oh, this is a cool Keepa chart. This is really interesting. Somebody beat me up and steal my lunch money already. Okay, so we're definitely seeing here. Obviously, it's a Christmas tree. When's it going to be selling the best? Probably between October and January. Let's do the end of January. Let's be crazy about it. By the way, a lot of people don't know that you can do this. You can just click and drag on a Keepa chart and it'll zoom right in, just like that. I just clicked and dragged. Okay, let's go back out on that and then I'll do this again. Okay, so this is again why Keepa is so important. This is, of course, um, a crazy chart here where we see this rank. Like, personally, if you scan this and you're like, oh, in home it's 1.3 million, that's a horrible rank. Yes, it is. That's a very bad rank. But if you pull it up in Keepa and you look at the history of the item, you'll start to see, if you scan this in August, oh, in a couple months, it's going to get nuts. Okay? Even if you scanned it right then, this is a bad rank in home. 685K. But then that's October 1st. A month later, it's 100K. It's sold a bunch. And then 2 months later, It's 55K. But like this is a lot of it. This is a lot different. Okay, when you zoom in on this, you can really start to see those sales and those bumps going crazy. That this is selling multiples a day. Probably, it is a Christmas tree. So my guess is, right around this time, it would be selling a lot a day, tens, if not hundreds a day. It is hard to estimate exactly where it would go, but I mean, the sky's kind of the limit on this. 20K. I mean, this view is probably 1,000 sales or more. So that's why it is so important to look at this, because you would look at this in these time frames where the rank is very poor over here, but then very soon after it's not bad. So that's why it's so important to look at KEEPA. Now, okay, let's also talk about this. This is something that people ask about a lot, the review count. So the review count 6 goes to 10. So what this is a listing got merged. Okay, so all of a sudden, this ASIN became the ASIN for multiple items. By the way, I'm doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning. This became the ASIN for multiple items and then got corrected or got changed back to less items. So that's why this happens. Okay, just in case you see that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, last year this went down real well. This was selling crazy. So this is why, like if you scanned this item in September, it wouldn't be a good item to buy. You scanned it in October, that's not a good item to buy. But if you look at it with Keepa, that's a crazy great item to buy. And that's why it's so important. Like rank charts, do not use rank charts. They're not going to help you. This is the kind of analysis that will actually help you and give you an idea of what you're actually going to be selling on Amazon. So let me just say this, if it was available right now, how much would I pay for this? Hmm. Oh, sorry. So I would want to be looking for the year where we're at. Like, it's just so tricky. Like, what would I sell it or buy this for? If this was like maybe like $20 right now, okay, right now I would need it to be $20, and I'd probably buy like 100 of them or so. But I would expect that 100 to sell between October and the end of the year. Uh, but I don't like to hold money. That's on me. I don't like to do that. Okay, so that's the same thing. This is a great product to look at. So this is a product I have sold. I personally added this to the list. So let's do some analysis. So I bought these from Peebles. I paid about $8 or $12 actually a pair on them. So when I'm looking at a shoe, any clothing item, okay, what I like to look at is what is the average price on it. Now, right off the bat, we can use the variation viewer. What I look at, and you will see this in the Amazon Seller app. You will see this in Spotify, anything that you use. You will see this minimum price. So if I'm scanning a bra, and I see like, oh, all the bras in this Kohl's section that are this kind of bra are $4, and the low price on Amazon is $15. I always know a lightweight $4 item selling for 15 on Amazon is going to be profitable for me. So I actually stop scanning. I'll just grab them all. Okay, then it's been very effective for me. Now with this at $12 selling for 35, these aren't like super big boots. They will always be profitable. So these sell between 35 and $49. I'm seeing this right here. So I'm done with the pricing on this, as my concern will always be, is this variation in stock? Or is this a variation that they use? Now I just hit variation viewer for Rev Seller, and we start to see what are the most popular colors and sizes. So the most popular color and size, according to the reviews, going to be brown, and this shows as black, but it's actually navy blue. Again, I've sold these before. Um, so we can actually see which ones get the most reviews. 8, 9, 10. Perfect. They get the most reviews. Black and brown. There's only two colors on this. But this is also a great product that teaches something that was a hard lesson for me to learn. So I bought these. I bought a bunch of them, dozens. Okay, I don't know the exact number. It was like 30 or 40 of them. Okay, so I buy these, and I sold these faster than some Nikes I had where the rank was like 200 because these only have how many sizes? One, two, three, four, five. Five variations of size and then two variations of colors. So there's only 10 different possibilities for people to buy. So, when you're dealing with this, there's 10 things that people might buy. So if you have all 10, you're going to do great. If you just pick one, randomly people buy things. I mean, that's not really how it works. But if you were to do it random, everybody that buys one of these has a 1 in 10 shot of picking um, your offer. Now we can see here with the variations, there's only two color variations. Brown has twice as many. So brown is probably selling twice as fast. Great. So if you're very concerned about your sales velocity, pick brown. You want to really like drive this home, pick a brown size 8. That'll sell better than anything else. But, so the thing with this is that I bought these, and then next thing you know, I also bought Nikes. The Nikes had like 1,500 variations. It took forever to sell them. So even though the rank on them was much better, the variation count was much higher, and I didn't have good variations. They're literally still sitting in my warehouse right now. If anybody needs some really ugly Nikes, they're ranked like 200 in shoes. Let me know. I will hook you up. Uh, so that being said, that's why this is such a cool product, and I made sure to add it to the list. Hmm. I didn't even analyze whether or not this sells, but they did just start showing the rank in shoes with something like this. I know this product. I would go not really deep on it or anything, like not truly deep, but I'd buy a bunch of them. I'd buy a few of them. But you also can start to see when this product sells the best. It seems to sell the best, in the summer it doesn't sell well, but this is more of a winter kind of boot, so I would be looking at it in, the winter. Um, Around this time is probably a great time to sell this, right? Yeah, February 21st. Yeah, I'd do that right there. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. But I wouldn't be trying to sell this in the summer. But once it starts to get, there we go. Once it starts to get like October, things are starting to, get a little wintry out there. Women start to dress like Han Solo. A great boot to sell that time of year. Okay, let's go to the next one, guys. We're blazing right through this. We're 23 minutes and 44 seconds into this video. I don't even know that we're going to get this whole list done. Kind of taking my time. Like, I realize that it probably seems like this is taking forever, but I'm doing this intentionally slow. Okay. So let's look here. We've had some offers. Month. So one, two. Ugh. This is. Mm. This is probably something I would just totally pass on. This KEEPA chart is horrible. Does it have reviews? It does have 16 ratings, which is surprising to me. Where do these ratings start from? So a merge listing came in on this, and it's gotten a lot of ratings recently. I mean, maybe you want to be in on this because, like, it does seem to have gotten better recently, but my gut just tells me. So here's the thing: I keep a whole spreadsheet of stuff that I'm just like, nah, maybe later, and I'll go back and like look at those every couple months. Um, this would be something that maybe I'd look at in a couple months, but right now, I probably would not even buy this. Next product. Okay, so I know who gave me this suggestion. So let's look at it. Okay, so here's what scares me off of this. This is a PL product, and this is how to tell there's one seller consistently for 184 days. There's only been one seller on this. So this is not going to be something I want to sell because I would be worried about that because it's one seller. Okay, and this is like a brand. I probably can't even get approved in this. However, Chris, I think this was you. Chris Cash, you're a real asshole, dude. Okay, that's a good suggestion to look at. Okay, so rank on this has been good. Review can't like this is very very classic private label. This is getting way more reviews than it should. They're doing something to facilitate that. Very respectable. I'm not gonna down talk on that. They launched this product at one price. It's see it going up. They're feeling out. Can we sell this at $24.99? I bet you when they were selling it at $17.99, they were losing money on it. Okay, they've always been FBM on it. Um, you can see they went out of stock. They came back in, but yeah, they've been trying to get ranks and reviews. This is a competitive market, so they were probably feeling out. They went from the 17.99 to the 18.99. That worked. They probably tried to just keep this to get the rank to go down on it. I mean, this is just very classic private label strategy where they're just feeling out what will the market bear. They rose the price up here to the $25 mark, and the rank didn't go down. It kind of did. So the rank was at 10K, went started to go up. So then they're dropping it down. They know what they want a month in sales. They know what they want a month in revenue. Although you did share this with me, I'm pretty sure it was Chris Cash that shared this with me. Um, this is really legitimate seeing private label strategy here. Very interesting, very very well done. Very good photos, everything. Okay. I feel like if you've ever seen the movie Death to Smoochie, I feel like you just gave me the rocket cookie. If you know what I'm talking about. That sounds really bad, but okay, that didn't work. I don't know where I got that from. I literally just like went through Keepa and just added a bunch of these. So let's see what we got. Okay, Tasty Cake glazed. I think this was from. I was just like looking at this the other day. So that's one negative review. What's the negative review? About it. These were crushed on about their expiration date. Okay, old food. So, Tasty Cake, if you're not familiar, it's a largely Philadelphia area thing. At least was for a long time. Pack of four. This is like a pretty common item. Buy this at like Wawa or whatever. I probably would. So these are 99 cents, by the way. So 3.96. This probably really just would not do. This would probably be something that I would just pass on. It's a low volume merchant fulfilled item. I don't want to deal with that shit. I want high volume merchant fulfilled or nothing. So this is just right off the bat. Nah. Okay. Paper clips, binder clips. Okay, let's look what we got here. So people are gonna ask. This is like I pulled this one up purposely here. Um, this is a $5 item. 478. 478. Okay, so right off the bat, this is why this works. Echo medium clip binder. Let's just search this. This is OA highlight. Now let's search this. Sure, if we find this at some point. 168, 66. I'm sure we could really dive in and find these somewhere where we're buying like a million of them and they're profitable and we're like making some money somehow. Maybe we buy them from like a store that's going out of business or something. But that's why we want to look at this because with small and light, we're making 74 cents, so it's not really that great. Small and light, we're making $1.66, and this would perfectly qualify for small and light. So just something to keep in mind, and that's why this kind of stuff stays competitive. Okay, and we have people coming in and out of stock. This is a great little product here, if we can get it cheap enough, of course. Okay, so just interesting to look at, and I'm glad I added this to the list. Now, as far as sales velocity, month. Let's look at the month. We got the one, two. So you'll see I do skip a lot of sales drops because the sales drop indicates a sale, but also as it goes up, it's going up in rank, and that can be halted by other things going down and up consistently against it. So like it kind of, I don't know, you got to get a feel for it. And that's why I'm kind of trying to show this video because what I'd like to do is for people to get the feel for it by looking at me analyzing it. So definitely a sale there, maybe a sale there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I just go through half the month. I'm not going to count the rest. So it's about 20 a month. Okay, that's respectable. If we get it cheap enough, and that's what it comes down to. If we can get this cheap enough, we can, get the money out there. You can build a really good business on stuff that doesn't sell that fast if you just get it cheap enough and you're not holding the money and you can get the stuff from your supplier fast enough. So, like, I have a lot of products where I do grocery and I could just get it from my suppliers so fast that like I'm not waiting on like turnarounds from China to wait forever to get the product, or I'm just waiting like 1 or 2 days for shipping. So it's worth it for me to just have them in my inventory, buy enough for a supply. It takes 20 minutes to prep, and I make $100 for a month of really doing nothing. And I love to get paid for doing nothing. That's like that's my hobby. It's my goal in life. My goal. Okay. When I was in high school, I had a lot of binder clips to this. I'm gonna do another thing that isn't binder clips. When I was in high school, they asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your? It's more binder clips. Why do I have so many binder clips? Oh, look at this in a second here. But so, they ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said I wanted to be a farmer that got paid not to grow anything. And I really think that FBA, actually running a storage company for FBA sellers, is as close to getting paid not to do anything as I've ever gotten in my life. And I don't think you guys understand how proud I am of myself. Okay, so more binder clips. Okay, and let's look at this. Used new offer count. So this is a product I would not jump on right off the bat because it has one new offer count, and that's it. It's always had one new offer count. This is a PL product. I don't like that. But we can really cool thing to see here is they went out of stock. So yeah, they went into stock right there, and you can see their rank going up. They were able to come back in for 1 or 2 units, and those were probably returns that got added back to their inventory. They were out for February 11th to March 16th, so about a month and a week. And it's pretty interesting to just see. Okay, but also you can see here they did not have stock. At least Keepa didn't catch them having stock. So, but they still look like they had sales. But that could be a fault with Keepa because, Keepa's not a perfect system. It looks at the data that Amazon's providing it, so it's possible that the rank changed and Keepa didn't see the person in stock. So see, Keepa scrapes Amazon, so they look, what's the rank for this product? What's the number of sales? Well, the number of sales, if they scrape at 5 o'clock at night, well, if the sale happened at, noon and they were in stock at noon, that could be, why it doesn't quite line up. Okay, we're going to stop looking at binder clips here, hopefully. Okay, so I grabbed this one from KEEPA. Let's take a look here at the variation viewer. So right off the bat, this has 344 variations. So the first thing I'm going to be looking at is, what colors have the most reviews, what sizes have the most reviews. So I'm going to be selling this. So it seems like black, 6, and 7 toddler are the best variations size-wise. Black, royal blue, black charcoal. Definitely the best colors. So the darker colors. Is that the royal blue? Yeah, that makes sense for like a boy shoe, even a girl shoe. I mean, you don't need to gender the shit out of everything. So black, that's pretty unisex. Um, gray, that's also pretty unisex. But that makes sense. Red, I could see a boy or a girl wearing that. You can see more with this. Yeah, so this is exactly, what I always say. Black shoes sell best. 6, 7 toddler is a good size. 5, So if I was looking at this and analyzing, oh, there's no sales rank on this. Okay, that's cool. No sales rank on this. So here's what I would be looking at. This has a ton of reviews, 5,000 reviews in 20. So this has been for sale for 2,300 days. It has 5,000 reviews. So it's getting 2 reviews a day. Typically, I estimate 1 review per 100 sales. Unless it's a private label product, then you're manipulating stuff. So this is not really a private label product. This is a legit brand, Northside. They sell stuff. So every day, on average, this is getting 200 sales, and that rank is 33K or 3,300 in clothing would probably be a couple hundred. Now, of course, in the summer, this is not going to sell as well. Okay, so in the summer, I definitely expect less sales, 50 a day or 25 a day. But in the winter, this is definitely probably selling hundreds a day. And if we were able to sneak in on this and get in the black, royal blue, these colors that sell real well, and the sizes that sell real well, all day, every day. Um, what's our pricing on this? Let's look at the sale. The people sell new offer count. Okay, well, people do come in and out on this. I guess. Oh, here's what we can do. We actually turn off panes in the or layers, I should say, in KEEPA. So let's turn off review count, and then we can see the number of sellers a little bit more accurately. Right now, a lot of them are out of stock. Okay, so we can see that going up and down. So this is not really a PL product because you have sellers going in and out on this. If you're approved for this, I would go for this. Awesome. Okay, we're coming up on 40 minutes here. I wanted to do an hour. And so what I'm going to do here is at an hour, I'm going to stop, and then any ASINs that get suggested, I will do. Any that had left over, I'll do them another time. I'll do a video like this. I like this. This was fun. Okay, so Great Rankin Baby. This is definitely selling. 1999. Who's selling this? Okay, so Amazon and Simple Wish. Okay. So when you see Amazon selling something and you see the manufacturer selling something, this is sold through Vendor Central and Seller Central. I'm not going to turn this video into the difference between Vendor Central and Seller Central because that's like a whole different thing, but that's what you're looking at. So just off the bat here, I would not sell this. You probably can't even get approved for it because Amazon's on it with Vendor Central. Um, Now, ignoring that, I mean, this is selling like crazy. This is selling really crazy. So I would be all about this. When you're looking at stuff that's, bouncing between 8K and 26K and baby, I'm estimating like 5 to 10 sales a day with competition. If I was the only person selling it, it would be much higher. Um, So this would be something, if I was buying this, I mean, $13. Let's say I was buying it for $5, I'd buy hundreds of this and expect about a month or less in coverage. Okay, so right off the bat here, I pulled this one up because this came up in KEEPA. I was the one that found this one here. And the reason I liked this was we could see. So, firstly, this is something that comes up. This is in pantry, so we can't even sell it. Boom, done. People ask all the time, like, "Hey, why am I ungated in grocery, but I'm gated in pantry?" Well, you can't sell in pantry. Pantry is exclusive for Amazon, and it's mostly people through Vendor Central, or at least that's been my experience. I know some people that sell in pantry, um, but the way that that works is Amazon buys it from them, so it's a completely different process. You look that up. Oh man, Wrangler shorts. These are what I put on when I want to get some. Okay. So this. Oh, okay. So when we see these real drastic changes in ranking, so this went from like you see here, like this is a great rank. Okay, all the way to this more recent 4K, and then up to crappy rank. What happened here? Did this go back? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Um, this got orphaned of some sort. This is like weirdness with KEEPA, and I don't know exactly what's going on with it because it looks to be like what they're partially doing is tracking the ASIN, the individual like item, the size and rank, or I'm sorry, the size and color. So like this dark putty and then whatever size this is, and also the parent listing, which is the actual listing for the men's classic relaxed fit cargo short. Let's see if it gets any better if we select a size. No. So this is kind of an idiosyncrasy of Keepa where they just kind of like, it's kind of why Keepa's great, but you can't always go on it. But it's the best thing we have as Amazon sellers, unfortunately. So, I mean, I would just assume because this has such a track record of being a great seller over here, I'd buy this. If I was at a Kohl's or whatever, if it was cheap enough, it'd have to be like $5 or less, but I'd buy it. Okay, definitely wanted to do a bra here. Great rank in clothing and jewelry. Um, so if I scan this, I'd be looking at the variation viewer. You can also do this in Scoutify. Um, okay, so it seems like Damask Natural, Star White, Black Feather Gray. What do you know? Whenever I say, hey, the most common bra size, black, white, or natural, boom. What do you know? I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. 40D, 44 double D, 44 triple D. Okay. So, I mean, these are all just variations of the same kind of thing, um, or just a larger size. I guess because this is like a full coverage bra, it might be more for like a more buxom woman. I don't know exactly, I've never really worn a bra, um, except during some films, but I'm not going to talk about that. Um, So we're just starting to see the reviews for the individual ASINs here. Where it's like the 44 Triple D and Star White. That is 8 reviews. That is technically the most reviewed variation of this. Um, hmm, they'll do pretty well, but it seems like the damn. Oh, okay. So these are the 2 packs, but the black feather and then the boysenberry is where it really drops down. So something like this, if I had the white, the black, the natural, you just always want to grab those in bras anyway. And these are good quality bra sizes. Um, 38D, that's a quality size. So I would be looking at this, this runs from 15 to 60. Since it's a Vanity Fair bra, which is kind of a cheap brand, I would probably be expecting this to sell for 41 as a maximum. I bet you the sticker price on this is 41 or 42. If I found a rack of these at $5, I'd buy them all. If I found a rack of them at 14.80, and so he's getting them like half price, I'd probably buy them at the $7 or $8 price point. As long as it wasn't the cheapest variations. What are the cheapest variations? I guess the cheapest ones come in at 19. It's telling me 15. That's right, because some of these are merchant fulfilled. Okay. So 19 bucks, a $7 or $8 buy in at 19 bucks. That's not a bad way to go, especially because this will be pretty lightweight to ship. Okay. So here's another product. Okay. So this is just I wanted to show a seasonal product where we see the rank go crazy. 100 uh 100, like this is legit. This is a crazy selling item. That would be awesome, but this is a PL product, so I would probably not sell that. um, wow, real lucky. These are awesome. These are really cool photos too. Kind of interesting. So anyway, yeah, I would be looking at this, if you, I mean, ignoring the fact that this is a PL product. How many reviews does this have? 8 reviews. So, by the way, they did something tricky here with the review count. Um, so, if you look here, the review count jumps from nothing to this to rating 5. Let's look at the statistics here. I bet you that there are reviews on this that are not for the product. Just kind of trying to prove a point here. because all of a sudden it had reviews. Oh no, they would all be for the same item. I forget exactly how this works, but there's going to be reviews on this that are not for the product. Like they merge listings. That's its own thing. I'm not going to go into this too far. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this being a private label product, I would not buy this if I had the opportunity to. I'm sure that they would not approve of this. Um, the fact that they did something dirty with reviews tells me they're a dirty seller, and I don't want to get mixed up with that. Okay, that was no good. Okay, so somebody shared this with me, and this would be a definite pass. And this is one of those things that trips people up all the time. All the time. I do this all the time because they're using rank charts. Oh, I stay under 3%. Oh, I stay under 5%. I stay under 3%. You could not pay me to buy this thing. If you handed it to me, I wouldn't sell it on Amazon. You gave it to me for free. But, because, I mean, like, look, it has had one, two, three sales in 163 days. That's it. I'm not, I'm, that's too low velocity for me. Unless this was like a used book or something like that, where I paid 50 cents for it and it's selling for $100, then I'd be all about it. Maybe I should do a video just about used book sourcing and used book analytics. But something like this, no. And you see people all the time in like newbie groups, and they're like, "Oh, um, I want to, I found this product at Walmart on the clearance section. It's $5 and it's selling for $13. I'll make $3. What do I do?" Yeah, you'll make the $3, but it'll take you 60 days. Not worth it. Um, just not. This is a bad listing anyway. Because what color is it? Oh, it is black. Great, but why is it showing all these other colors? Okay, show the black one. Also, who the hell edited this? I have so many questions, and none of them are good. Okay. You know what? I just shared this because I thought it was cute. It's a little bonsai tree. Okay. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Well, I don't know anything. I should. I should stop claiming to know anything about everything. Anything about anything. Um, but it's a bonsai tree. It's a little tree. You can buy a little tree from Amazon. That is kind of fascinating to me. So yeah, I mean, keep in mind, KEEPA does not always share rank. Um, Definitely something happened between there where the rank was lower to this. I don't know what happened, but it did definitely change. Um, so yeah, this is just a cool thing. This is selling very well. I don't really see that this is particularly well. It does start to sell probably on May 2nd. I wonder if that was something last year. I wonder if that was Easter. Because it seems to sell best right. But I wonder if those were Easter times. It's entirely possible that this sold real well, but this is cool. We do have offer counts going in and out on this. You don't know exactly how that would work, but you know, I don't really know this category. I've never sold a live plant on Amazon, so I don't fully know, but interesting to say the least. Kind of want a bonsai tree. I think I should get a bonsai tree for the ware or for my house. Ooh, I kind of like that ginkgo. My dad used to have a really cool bonsai tree. I kind of want a ginkgo or like a bonsai tree in general, but I'm convinced that Snowball would eat it. I don't know where Snowball's asleep in his box right now. He's like claimed a box. Yeah, I'm gonna buy myself like a little like ooh. Little redwood. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay. Enough of me fangirling over bonsai trees. Okay, now this one I just grabbed off KEEPA.com, their homepage. This is a lot of new offer counts. So when you see this going up so far and up and down so much, definitely assuming a high interest from retail arbitrage sellers where they're not getting a lot of stock. When you see like real consistently 5 people selling it, that's a wholesale item because people are buying enough to stay in stock for consistent periods of time. With something like this, where it's just like, up and down so much, yeah, that's retail arbitrage sellers. Let's look here for the last month. We're getting one, two, three, four, five, six sales in the last month. Just kind of seasonal. I would assume this would probably do better in summer, but I don't know. So I did six. They're saying nine. It's 100 a year, but I think that this would be selling better than that. So I mean, if I got this cheap enough, I would probably sell this. I wonder if this is like a Walmart item or whatever. If this was like, $7 or so, yeah, I'd spin the wheel on it. But there's also this is a oh, okay, I see what it is. There's a lot of variations on this. That's not what I meant to do. So I wanted variation viewer. So okay, this is in blue. I think the most popular one would definitely be black. Yeah, by far. 4 cells in a blister pack. This is like the classic mag light. This is it. Okay, so yeah, people are buying that. Yeah, so and that would be a much crazier sales rank. So that's the thing. It gets kind of tricky with items where you have sub ranks or sub child products where child products. So this would be a child product under a parent ASIN. So each parent ASIN has its own unique um, ASIN. So let me show you actually how to actually see that. By the way, I know how to do it in clothing. Oh, it's right there. Rep seller. Okay, so here's the parent ASIN. So this is like the actual ASIN here for the top. So like if you're doing a Nike, it would be like Nike and then the 6-digit code, or um, Puma Speed Cat. And then all the colors of Puma Speed Cats and sizes, those have their own ASINs. So the top level is like the basic thing, Maglite flashlight, and then you have the different variations. Okay, this flashlight in black, and then blue, and then silver, and purple, and red, and so on. So that's why, so that's the difference between a parent and a child ASIN. It seems like, oh, okay, $172. That was sometimes you can get really good deals by buying stuff like this. Like people list like the 4 pack under the 1 pack listing and stuff like that. Sometimes you get lucky with it. Okay, so let's look at. We got 2 more ASINs to look at. Let's look at those, and then I'm gonna head to bed here. It's getting kind of late. Another Christmas tree. Okay, so the offer count on this fluctuates, so that's good. So like right now, I probably would not buy this unless I got dirt cheap, like $20. Pretty sure this is a different one from the other one. But again, this is why, looking to keep us so important, because if I would have looked at this in October, would have been like, nah, it's not a good buy. bad pricing, bad rank, but then less than a month later, great rank. Okay. Okay. So this did launch. Okay, so there's not a lot of history on this. This is one I just grabbed off the KEEPA website. We see they did run out of inventory right when, ooh, December 3rd. That is a bad time to run out of Christmas tree inventory. I'll tell you that right now. But this was selling very well. We have one new offer count on that. So this would probably not be a product that I would pick up. Actually, they're out of stock on it right now. They ran out December 3rd and they did not come back in stock. So I would not touch this, but it says a good rating. Yeah, 92 ratings. Definitely, you're looking here. They did do something to manipulate the ratings somehow, grab ratings from another listing, because all of a sudden they started with a whole bunch of listings. When you look at those salsas earlier in the video, they started with 0 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and so on with their offer count. They did not do that. So there is something going on here where they have manipulated that. So I definitely want to knock it in their bad side. Um, but it's also out of stock right now. So you never know what's going to happen with that. They'll probably roll it into another Christmas tree listing last year or next year, like they did last year. So we'll see how that goes. See, they don't treat people that do this, people that sell this kind of stuff, they're not going to treat this the way most people treat these listings. Let's see what else they sell. Yeah, so um, this is another product. Again, kind of the same thing. This is a very seasonal product, so this is to be expected. Um, but yeah, so they probably would do something like that other listing. They would probably roll that into this listing. Um, because again, we see the rating goes from out of nowhere to up. So the day this launched, it had offer counts. It had review count, I should say. Oh, here's what I wanted. Okay, so the day that this was listed, it had 39 reviews. That's a little fishy, a little bit fishy, a lot bit fishy. Review count 143. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're doing something here. So these are the kind of people I don't like to play with because they play the game probably better than I do. And yeah, so I'd like to avoid them, or else I'll probably get a ton of negative feedback. That's my theory, at least. Okay, so I just did an hour of keep analysis. I'm beat. I want to go to bed. I want to play with my cat, wherever he is. He's sleeping in his cardboard box. He just decided that he was going to commandeer a cardboard box the other day. Anyway, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I'll talk to you guys later. And, again, I've mentioned this several times. If you want me to analyze a KEEPA chart, just post the ASIN below in the comments, like the video, subscribe, send me your thank yous on the back of $100 bill. Just write it out, send it off to me, and I will really appreciate it. But, in all seriousness, I will definitely take a look at any ASINs that you guys want me to take a look at, any categories you want me to take a look at. I have no problem with doing that. I liked doing this video. Snowball has was scratching on my chair, so I guess he knew I was talking about him, so he's going to join me here. Um, so anyway, guys, that is it. I'm doing my green screen here, so you can't really see him, but yeah, you get the idea. My all black cat named Snowball because I'm a weirdo. So anyway, guys, I hope that this was helpful for your KEEPA analysis and that you learned something from it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.